Curtis coming at you from Ace Brand Studios once again, covering the 2021 NFL season. Going to look into the big game the Dolphins have this week against the Jets. I mean, it's kind of sad in a way that a terrible Jets team is a critical opponent for our Dolphins. But beggars can't be choosers. So I'm very excited. I think for a fan base that's struggled with hope, that had no hope as of a week and a half ago, this is a good thing. But, when I started this channel, and as I've said, I try to be a fair evaluator. I might be right. I might be wrong. I'm fine with being wrong. I'm fine with being corrected. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to blow smoke up your tailpipe unless it's something that I really believe. Now, you might think I'm blowing smoke up your tailpipe, but it's what I believe. I live by that. And so I want Fin fans who matter to me to be cautious and realistic in the hope, because I'm hearing talks of, well, if they run the table, then maybe they can get to the playoffs. And we need to take one game at a time, be realistic, and do what is really important right now is just evaluating things as they come and as they go. So the talk is, the defense, they abuse Lamar Jackson, that anything's possible. Tua is back, and he's much better than Brissett. All these things are true. Some of you might want to say, oh, well, Tua is not much better. But clearly when Tua is in, the offense has more options and it feels more stable. But all that stuff is really secondary to the heart of the issue the Dolphins have, which is the offensive line. They will go as far as this offensive line will take them. I did a video 2 videos ago about how this defense is really not changed all that much. Yes, we lost Davis. Yes, some people brought up the rookies were getting their teeth cut and that. When we had Howard and Jones injured. But it's the offense that has been the anchor to this defense. And it's not even just the offense. It's the offensive line. So this Jets game, I do believe we can win. I do believe we will win. But this will be 3 wins in a row, and the media likes to take everything hard in one direction. And they'll talk of 2019 again, and a big run at the end, and anything's possible. Again, it is. But keep your eyes on the offensive line. And I'm going to do a little film study here to show you the real situation with this offensive line, and then kind of dial in what's going on. Why are we here with this offensive line in this it's the most critical group of players, position group in the game, and it's a disaster. Now, maybe something can happen. Maybe some miracles can occur. Maybe we can find some way to get it done. I'm not saying we can't, but again, the evaluation has to be honest. So, we traded for Little, and I saw him play a couple of snaps, and he looked far more agile than either Eichenberg or Jackson. But he was never given an opportunity to play. Okay. Now he's on IR for 3 weeks. Somehow he got hurt in practice. It seems weird that you don't realize that a dummy like me can do a film study in the preseason and say, this guy Jackson is looking atrocious. And the best thing you can do to remedy the situation is to get Little, then to not even play him, not even really make him active, not see a regular season snap. So now Little's out for 3 weeks. Come hell or high water, it's Eichenberg at left tackle and Jackson at left guard. We'll do the film study and you'll see what we got going here. All right, on this first play, this is the heart of the issue. You get both your starters on the left side to double, and they can't even handle it, and the guy they double makes the tackle. Now you're going to see Jackson getting double help, but as soon as the double help leaves, penetration gets in. He gets a nice hold at the end, and then your quarterback takes a shot. Now, on this one, look, Eichenberg picks his own guy, doesn't realize on the outside that he's supposed to take him, and the quarterback gets blasted, which causes a fumble. Then you run on a critical down behind Eichenberg and Jackson, and Eichenberg's on the ground, Jackson's tackling, and both the players that they were blocking makes the critical tackle. Now, Hunt gets his swim move here, and watch Tua get blasted. And this is supposedly one of your better players. Again, Hunt, who struggled all year about his understanding of gap integrity, look at this. He creates the gap to let the player come in and blast the quarterback. These three players, this is 2 second-round picks and a first-round pick. The first-round pick, Jackson, was slid inside the guard. He's not even going to play his position. And if you go back and look at the draft, all the guards that were taken, all the way down, right to Michael Onwenu, who the Patriots got, who's probably like the third or fourth best guard in the league. And then you got Eichenberg, who we trade up out of the spot to give a third-round pick to get him. And Cosme's right behind us, and he's taken by the Redskins. And there was a bunch of other players taken that were very good. Hunt, I still think he can develop into something. I think it's more a mental aspect than physical. But he's in his second year, and he's supposed to be the guy that's able to play and produce right away. And it's not happening. The strikeouts, if you go back and look at last year's draft and the year before that, and you go through the history of Chris Greer from the time of 2007, when he was head of college, director of college scouts, all the way up till now, we have missed and missed hard over and over and over and over again. At this point, it's the Energizer rabbit just going into the wall again and again and again, and we're somehow expecting things to change. This is a disaster on the offensive line. I'm not saying Eichenberg can't eventually develop, but why are we always drafting offensive linemen that take 10 years to develop? Why do we let Flowers go? When he's playing top 15, top 20 in the league, how do you let Flowers walk? Here's another one. Ted Karras. Remember Ted Karras? Because of injuries on the offensive line to the Patriots, he had to step in and play 425 snaps so far this season, guard and center. PFF ranks him the 19th best guard in the league. Clearly, whether it's from a staff level, certainly from a GM level, from a scout level, they don't understand offensive linemen and can't draft or whatever. My personal opinion is Greer had to let a lot of vets go because they saw how he screwed Gailey and screwed Fitz and tanked the season basically with his ridiculous move, and they were talking he had to get rid of them and he had to take a cap hit, and then he was pinned up against the cap and he couldn't really afford much, so that's why he had to get little. That's my little take. Can't prove it, but that's what I'm going with, because you can't screw up this bad. And so people will say, we get Watson, we'll be all right. With this offensive line? Now, I do believe most of this stuff is from the mental side. I worry, if you take a look at Eichenberg's stance, it looks awkward. Take a look at it here. It just looks awkward. And some of the concerns out of him was his slide. It was a little bit slow. His punch was a little bit weak, which is weird because he had 33 bench reps. But he's now a left tackle when almost everybody universally said he's really probably going to be a right tackle. And then when he was evaluated by his staff, he's a left guard. But now he's forced to be left tackle. He's out of position. Jesse Davis is out of position. Austin Jackson's out of position because he should be on the bench. Hunt, I don't know. And we got a rotation. Even Dieter, who was doing pretty good. It took him 3 seasons just to start at center, and then he gets injured and he's out. This is unacceptable and atrocious. It's impossible to win on the NFL level. So we have the Jets, and we will beat them even with this offensive line. But Tua's evaluation is critical, but there's no way, even if you dislike Tua and you think he's never going to be anything, there's no way you can evaluate a quarterback fairly with this offensive line. You can't evaluate anything with this offensive line. This is one of the most inept offensive lines I have ever seen. And I mean, seriously, that I have ever seen. It's beyond inept. When you study this film and you watch play after play after play, it's like the gods are heckling us. Or Chris Greer's heckling us. I don't know. So, this is where we're at. It's a critical evaluation stage for Tua. I believe that he's going to show well, but you never know with this offensive line. And when you look at all these people say, well, maybe we can run the table. Okay. The Jets, we can beat them. Carolina with Cam, do you think we could beat them? I'm a little concerned. Even the Jets, okay, they have a ferocious front line on defense. What are they going to do? What is Lawrence going to do to these guys? What is Lawrence going to do to Jackson at 340 pounds? Lawrence is a more athletic version of Vita Vea. And look what Vita Vea did to him. Vita Vea is bigger and stronger, but Lawrence is a beast. Then Jets again. Hey, we could do it again. New Orleans, they don't really have a quarterback, but that defense is a monster. Then at Tennessee. Are you saying we're going to win these games? Then versus New England. Maybe. It's all going to be about this offensive line. And me personally, I got to see something on tape for me to say to you, we can do it. I'm not here selling cars. I'm not here to blow smoke up your tailpipe. As I said, I might be blowing smoke up your tailpipe, or you might think that, but that's what I believe. And to me, this last series of games are very, very tough. Because when you look at the offensive line matchups against their defensive lines, very, very, very not nice. Very not happy. But maybe something can happen. To me, you bring Jones in place of Jackson, and you'll have a 330-pound guard who could at least get you some running lanes. I don't know if they're going to do that. So, whatever happens, win, lose, or draw, how many wins we get, if we don't get an offensive line here, I don't care who you got at quarterback, I don't care what defense you have, I don't care what receivers you have, you aren't going anywhere. Chris Greer has proven beyond a shadow of doubt. This is why they had to spend 3 first-round draft picks and 2 second-round draft picks to get Watson, because they know they can't evaluate quarterbacks and they cannot evaluate offensive linemen. That's it. So if you can't do that, you got to go. Here we are. Get ready for this last string of games. Just evaluate, hope that maybe something clicks, something happens on this offensive line. Because honestly, I think the rest of the pieces could win many of these games. I don't think they could win throughout, but they could win many of these games. But don't let the media blow smoke up your tailpipe by saying we can do it, or we will do it, or that if we don't do it, it's Flores' fault. Flores did not pick these offensive linemen. There's no way in hell he was in charge of picking these offensive linemen. Chris Grier, his staff, were in charge. They are responsible. This offensive line construction is about Grier, and it's responsible for the collapse of the 2021 season. That's it. Keep your eyes on the offensive line. Let's hope for a miracle. Enjoy this win this week. It's going to get real tough sledding after that. It'll be interesting to see, though. This is Curtis saying thank you for staying to the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comments mean the most. I really appreciate that. I do appreciate honest, intellectual refudiations and contradictions of what I think. I really do like to consider my points. And when you bring them to me and it's the difference of opinion, don't say, oh, I'm sorry. Nah, man, it's cool. It's all good. I'd rather say I'm sorry, I'm wrong, and next time say, hey, I made a mistake, and just be done with it, rather than double down, triple down, quadruple down, because in the end, the truth always wins. Subscribes and likes help us with the Google overlords, keep us in business. I like that. I want to give a shout out to Ace Barrett, our sponsor, the best online sportsbook out there. I want to let you know with their online sports software, you can be a local bookie with friends, family, and coworkers and get in on the action. They're a phenomenal company. It's an online sports book. They're the best people to be involved with, best sponsors. Without them, this wouldn't happen. And without you, it wouldn't happen either. So I thank you for staying to the end. Catch you next time, and be well.